Focusing on the lives, experiences, and viewpoints of motherlode women, the show features a rotating cast of 4 women of all ages and from all walks of life. Quick, upbeat, and fast-paced with a variety of topics, this one-hour show will be aired live Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 8:30 a.m. Tune in. It's Just Between Us.
Good morning and welcome to Just Between Us. It is a ladies' talk show, and we want to start out by saying how wonderful it was last week that so many people were recognized for their service. And it was just so nice to see, considering my family. My father had 5 siblings. There were 6 children, and 4 of them served at the same time.
One of my children became a Marine.
And my godfather, my mother's brother, served.
And two of my cousins died in
my
Vietnam.
son served many years in the Army.
So we want to applaud them and say we were very happy that they were recognized. And my father was in the VA hospital when he died.
2 of my cousins got killed in Vietnam. So I have very close ties with Vietnam.
Yeah. It's tough.
Anyway, let's go do the show.
Go. I'm Susie from Volcano.
Linda from Sutter Creek.
And I'm Martha from somewhere in Amador County.
There you go. So, Linda, here's our first 2 topics.
That's right.
Okay.
Go for them.
Okay, what's the first topic?
Okay.
Honesty.
Honesty.
And number 5.
Do you feel it is justified to be a little dishonest if you want to protect someone dear to you?
And the next topic. And the next topic. And the next topic.
Peeping.
Number 6.
Have you caught
I missed it.
your mate or any friend reading your email without your permission?
Oh.
I have nothing to hide.
Me neither. We're going to take a very, very short break. We're going to come back and doing some honesty and some peeping. So we'll be right back.
Just Between Us, a spontaneous, intuitive live television show with topics that are intended to inspire, delight, educate, and encourage. Now back to Just Between Us.
Welcome back to Just Between Us. Linda, our first one is honesty.
Honesty. Do you feel is justified to be a little honest?
Dishonest.
Dishonest.
Yeah.
Dishonest. If you want to protect someone dear to you.
Yes.
I think so too. I hate to say that, but I think so too.
I hate to tell you, but I'm the one that sits on that rock.
And you don't move.
If you did something wrong, pay person.
But I'm thinking we're not saying they're dishonest. We're saying,
but if you want to protect your child or your grandchild, not lie, but just kind of
No.
Oh,
I won't do it.
No.
I, Martha Perez, don't care. If you commit the crime, you pay the price.
Well,
That's what I have told my children all the time. Never lie to me, because I will find out.
But would you bend the truth a little bit to protect one of your kids?
No.
And not to protect them from something they did wrong.
No.
We're saying, say.
All right. In other words, let's say this. Linda comes to us and she says, "Did you hear this rumor about such and such? And it's nasty." And I say, no. Well, let's say that person comes up to me and says, there's a rumor going around. Did you hear it? I would say, no. Why? Because I don't want that person hurt. You know what I mean?
I am more brutal. My daughter daughter tells me, Mom, you are so brutally honest.
But everybody knows where they stand with you, which is
right.
Yes.
Good.
So if you don't want anything to,
if you want the truth, go to Martha.
Well, it says here.
Show you.
It says the only reason why you would bend the truth a little bit or not say is to protect somebody else. I wouldn't protect myself. If I did something, I'd say, yeah, I did it.
Right.
But my
kids or my grandkids say, well, I don't know. I think I might do that.
I guess I'm just too much to the left. I'm just and my grandkids know that where they stand with me.
Yes.
They don't play no games.
It's a good thing.
They know that if they do something wrong or anything, there's a price to pay. And that's the way I was raised. And sometimes I think I'm a little bit hard.
No.
But, but
No.
everybody knows where to stand with me.
I think that Linda and I are wimps.
We want everyone to
you,
like us.
you wimpy little grandma.
I lost that game a long
just
time ago. I don't
wimpy
care.
little grandma.
I'm a little wimpy little nonny. No, no, bring it on.
Yeah.
I'm not that wimpy.
But, you know,
but the thing is that
Soft-hearted.
yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I never been in that situation, and maybe I just don't know.
I'm trying to think of an example.
Like
because
I said.
know well, I'm sure it's always been with my kids, and probably even though they're almost 40 and 36.
But behind closed
Still.
doors, the truth comes out. I mean, I may not say anything in public, but in private, I'm like Martha. We're gonna sit down and get this out.
I'm at all the times I'm like that, and everybody knows me. All my employees and my friends, they know that. Yeah, I'm just.
May I say you look lovely today?
Thank you, dear.
With her jewelry.
She does
and
look
everything.
very nice.
Look at her. Go on, girl. You're looking
Just
good.
sparkle.
I have some friends coming over to visit tonight.
Well, you have a hot date tonight?
No.
Lukewarm?
my friends, no.
Lukewarm?
This is wonderful. One of the guys that used to work for me at the restaurant, he's gay. So he's been dating this guy for 8 years. They finally got married.
Oh, well, good
So
for them. Congratulations.
we're going to celebrate tonight.
How
and they are
wonderful.
the loveliest people I know.
How nice for them.
And he's like my kid, you know.
Well, congratulations.
Yes.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, some people.
All right, we got to move on.
Some people go like, what?
Oh, well, they're stupid.
No.
What do I care? Does it look like I care? They're my friends.
That's the most
You know.
important. They're your friends and you love them and they deserve the right. Who are you to deprive them from happiness?
That's right.
Nobody is.
That's right.
Okay, peeping.
Peeping. Have you caught your mate or any friend reading your email without your permission? No. Never have.
No.
Wouldn't want to.
Híjola, I don't know what would happen if I did.
I would never. There are things that I would. There's 3 things that I would not do for my husband. I would never go in his wallet without permission. I would never read his email without permission, and I would never open up his private mail. I won't do that. I should have done that many years ago. I would have been a lot wiser. But no, I would not do that. That is something that to me.
Privacy.
That's a respect for my mate.
Correct.
And anybody else. My kids and my friends could have their mail open on the counter and their Facebook, whatever. I would never read it. That's not
But
me.
you know, there's a different thing. When my kids were younger,
That's different.
you know, that's different.
You have a right to protect your children.
You know,
Yeah.
they would go to school and I would go in their rooms and I would kind of check things out, what's going on.
But Martha,
Yeah,
that's acceptable in the respect that you are protecting your children. There are people that have trackers on their phone for their children, and I'm all for that. If your parents are paying for that, and you're living under their roof, and if something happened to those kids and you have to track them, I think, by gosh, as a parent, you have that right. Would you drop your diamond?
I did.
Your diamond ring?
My diamond.
I heard that.
Little ring.
Show off.
Well, what would you do to that person? I mean, how would you...
Would you confront them, softy?
No, not
Oh,
softly.
no, I think I would
Would you-
confront them. Because that's
my privacy.
Even if it said nothing, even if it wasn't anything I really cared about, it was still my private information.
If a person asks me permission, can I
That's
take this? Can I look at this? Can I
Absolutely.
read this? Whatever. Absolutely.
Yeah.
But when you don't ask permission, to me that's a slap in the face that you don't have enough respect for me to do that.
Exactly. And there would be repercussions from that.
Yeah.
I think.
I think everybody knows what I would do.
Yes, I think so too.
Yeah.
Hi, this little innocent Mexican little girl.
Sure you are.
Sure.
Bring it on.
Nobody has known anything. I never tell anything. I'm always saying things, but, you know, if I ever do something, I don't tell people what I'm going to
you
do.
just do it.
You know, it's just like you just do what you're supposed to do, and that's it.
Well, and sometimes
You know?
don't you want to just say something or write something just because? You don't want anybody else ever to read it. You were kind of venting or something. You don't want...
Yeah, I think that
catch you at a bad
I did
moment.
that one time. I did that one time where I wrote a long, long letter to someone that was very dear to me, and I said everything ugly that I could say, and I turned my fireplace on, and then I burned it. I just
That's
went
the
like,
best way. Yes.
then
Let it be gone.
I said it, I did it, and now
It's
it's done, you know.
It's done.
And it gave me this relief
Yeah.
of I don't know what, and it was just me, you know. Then
But you wouldn't have wanted anybody to
No.
have found it and read it, which is why you burned it in the
That
fireplace.
thing
But
that I
taking this a
said.
further step on peeping, would you if your husband got a card, you knew it was a card of some type of card, and it had return address on it, or it didn't, would you be tempted to open it? See, I wouldn't
don't
either.
know.
I would tell John, or if John was gone or whatever, and he'd say anything come in the mail, I'd say, yeah, a card. He would
I
either
don't
tell-
know. If I saw something from IRS and it looked like a check, I'd be, can I open this, please?
No, that's different. But
Yeah.
I mean, like something that you
Like
know is
a-
private.
A card, a greeting card,
A greeting card or
some
something,
sort.
or something that, and it says personal confidential on it. That already the antennas go up.
Remember the fireplace?
Yeah, read from the fireplace.
Remember the fireplace?
But
There's there for a reason.
I know wives that have gone through their husband's wallet and taken money and stuff without telling him. I would never do that.
No.
That shows no respect.
Oh, ask
Yeah,
for money.
Yeah. Don't we all?
I'm not going to just go up and take it.
yeah, but
And he wouldn't care if I did. That's the thing. He wouldn't
Right.
care if I did.
but I would care.
But I would care.
I
yeah.
think it's called jealousy. I think jealousy it's a sickness. that
Insecurity.
makes people do those kind of things, you know, to not
Because
trust
they're-
somebody.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
So the number one thing in my life is got to be trust.
Absolutely.
You know,
Right.
because if you don't trust 100%,
that's why I would
person,
never do it
yeah,
because I
you
trust
know,
my husband
it's
100%.
like if
And you don't want that to change.
Oh gosh,
Yeah,
no,
you don't
no,
want to
and
do
I
anything
trust him
that-
100%. Okay, we got to go on and pick 2 new topics and take a short break. So,
okay. So
Linda, there we go.
Okay. Okay.
and the first topic is
Okay. Looking in the mirror. This will be
number 2.
number 2. Are there those who just don't take that extra step to check their appearance?
And then we're going to do a free-for-all, and we're going to surprise you with that. So what we're going to do is, read that again. Are there those that
Are
don't-
there those who just don't take that extra step to check their appearance?
Oh,
Ooh.
yeah.
Proposing before they go out?
And
or-
no names, please, because we know who they are. We're going to take a very, very short break, and we'll be right back.
Just Between Us, a spontaneous, intuitive live television show with topics that are intended to inspire, delight, educate, and encourage.
Here we are.
We're back.
We back?
Great. We're back. Linda,
Yes.
looking in the mirror.
Looking in the mirror. Are there those who just don't take that extra step to check their appearance?
You know, I have seen a few in my lifetime. But, you know, to each their own.
That's right.
Absolutely.
You know, to each their own.
It's just not that important.
Sometimes when I have to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning, take my shower, put my hair in a ponytail and a little bun because I got to go to work and cooking and get all my things together. I don't take the time to put the makeup on and to do this but I'm not going to be out in the public. I'm going to be in the back in the
Right.
kitchen, you know. But when I'm out in the public, I like to at least comb my hair, okay?
Yeah.
Yes.
and look a little
Well, and I like to
decent.
just check that nothing is really wrong.
And be
Right.
clean.
Maybe I haven't,
And be clean, you know.
you know, added, but at least don't let there be something
Right.
amiss.
Or
That's what I
overly-
check for, you know, is
Or
have I spilled
overly
on my
good.
shirt
There
or...
are some people that go out in public and they don't care. You know, that's just their
and that
personality.
that's okay.
And that's
Yeah.
fine. When people start to the point where they start looking at the outside instead of what's on the inside of a person, then that doesn't say too much for you. There are people that are beautiful on the outside or as ugly as can be on the inside, and then there's people that are not up to maybe what we would want to look like if we, you know, whatever. But they're beautiful on the
doesn't-
inside. And the thing is that appearance is an acquired taste, and if you're comfortable looking the way that you do,
More power to you.
But then if you're obnoxious and you look obnoxious or whatever, don't get upset when some people take cracks at you.
Yeah.
Because that's going to happen in life.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
you're responsible for the way that you dress, the way that you act.
I'll give you
the way
a
that you
little
look.
example. My grandkids are always trying to dress me up like a little teenager, okay? Because I have teenager grandkids. And some of their pants fit me, and they go, "Here, try this, Grandma." They're $100 jeans, okay?
Yeah.
And they look great, but I can tell that's not me. You know,
Right.
I can dress up to a certain point where, I feel comfortable, but when it's a little bit too
Too young.
Okay, let me
or
ask you
too-
this then, about jeans. Okay, there's jeans that you can buy at the big box stores, and there's jeans that cost $150, $200. I'm at the stage in my life where I don't tuck shirts in anymore.
yeah.
Because I got that roll that I use for conga lines. You know, I grab a roll, honey, let's conga. So if my shirt is on the outside and they can't see the label, what difference is what price I pay for my pants?
Mm-hmm.
So see, for me, I wouldn't spend that much money for pants. I spend money for clothes that are comfortable and that I'm comfortable in.
Well,
There's
I
a
feel
lot of
that
things that
all of
are
us-
stylish that I don't wear.
Should dress according to
Right.
where are you going, what you doing.
And to me, be clean.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And to also remember, first impressions are huge.
Yeah, absolutely.
And sometimes, probably every
But
day when we go out, we're
Linda,
making
I'll
a first
tell you
impression.
one thing that I have noticed in a lot of people. Some people have no common sense.
Right.
And they don't know any better. That's just the way they are. They have been like that all of their
Mhm.
lives, and they don't know. And if somebody doesn't come out and say, "Honey, you look like a little clown today, please
Well, look
lower
at those,
it down a
look
little
at
bit."
those
you know.
things, those people of Walmart. You see some people
Yeah,
and they take those
yeah.
pictures and stuff. We all laugh, but in the long run, don't you? I mean, you have to say, what were you thinking? Don't you look in the mirror?
There's no common sense
But
there.
is
Susie,
it
that's all.
is it a lack of common sense or a lack of
Esteem?
self-esteem? So
Both.
where they don't
Both.
think they're
Both.
worthy, they don't
maybe a
Yeah.
third of each, and maybe
Yeah.
a third of I don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Some
don't
people
care.
just don't care.
I've seen people
Yeah.
go out with spots on them, and they don't care. They don't care, and that's fine. I mean, sometimes when I go out, I got my ratty jeans on and a T-shirt, and my hair's disheveled. But I mean, I have my makeup on, but it depends on the situation. Would I go out in public to an event like that? Absolutely not. That's not
Exactly.
me.
Now, I did have a customer in the store the other day who is a checker at a grocery store. She checked somebody's license for identification, and the woman's picture had her hair up in rollers on her
What?
license.
Are you kidding me?
No, we got a good chuckle out of that.
Wow.
Never heard. She had never
Wow.
either.
Now that's funny.
I know. I thought so too.
I mean, maybe she did it as a joke. That's cute.
She must have done
You're
it on
never-
purpose.
I think
yeah.
she had to.
Yeah.
I'm going to go in with a bozo nose next time. And
See
They
if
won't
they'll
let
do
you
it.
put a boxer now.
No.
Your face has to be
Yeah,
clear.
clear.
Because even if you have a baseball cap, they
make
make
you
you
take
take
it
it
Yeah,
off.
they made
yeah.
me take my glasses off because
Yes.
there was glare.
Yes.
I'll
So,
be
yeah,
darned.
Mhm.
yeah.
I wonder how come she got by with rollers.
I do not know.
Oh,
But it
Linda,
was
that's
very funny.
But
That was a
unless
good
they
one.
show her face, that's what's
Even clearer.
important,
You know.
You know.
But I mean,
But
if you
no.
ever get pulled over, how many times she can have rollers in her
I
hair?
think she's never
I mean,
gonna
we
look the
change.
same.
Me for one, I change my hair color, but
Well, my driver's license has short hair.
Right.
Now my hair is down to my back, so.
but it's still, you still know it's you.
Oh, yes. Unfortunately. Like 10 years ago on my driver's license, because, I keep renewing my license and I don't have to do the
We don't have
test.
to change all those other
Yes.
facts either.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
when-
weight,
Yes, that's
especially.
what I'm talking
When
about.
you're a good citizen,
Yeah, really.
get a ticket only once a year. No.
How-
In how many years? Remember that time that Mr. Lowry stopped me because I was
Yeah.
late for the show and I was stepping on the gas a little too fast and he caught me. And
And we gave him a razzing that
No,
whole
I
day.
said thank you for saving my life and the life of others, which is true.
On air,
You know.
on air, during the break
Yes.
and after the show.
Other things were said.
On the break, I said, "Oh my God, how much do I have to pay? Now I have to go to school."
That was
Well,
cute,
it's not
though.
worth it.
That
though.
was really.
I haven't done it
that
since
was
then.
really cute.
I get up earlier.
That a girl.
You learned your lesson.
I
Linda
did.
and Martha, we're going to go on to our first free for all. And Linda, it is
Snowden.
okay.
Okay, what do you think about him wanting to
Come back to the United
come back
States.
to the United States?
Well, I don't know much about it. All I do is I take something that I hear and I think, okay, why is he in trouble? He said things that he shouldn't said. Are
Right.
they top secrets that would kill us? Are they top secrets that,
He says no.
He says no, that it's information that should be out there because our country has done things that are wrong,
we already knew that.
But actually, what he is confirming is what a lot of people already know. We know that we do clandestine things. We know that we spy. We know that we wiretap. We know that in the old days, CIA went over and took people out. I mean, that's a part of doing business as a country with other countries. But I think that what it is that people, when they hear it come from a person that was entrusted with this and going over to Russia and
I'm not saying he
things-
did. I'm not saying he did right. Okay?
No, oh no.
I'm not saying he did right because he did wrong. But in the other hand, it's like, what are the things that he's talking about?
Well, he talked about a lot of things. As a matter of fact, we're going to talk about some of the things that he uncovered and talked about. We're going to talk about that for our second free-for-all. But I think that what he wants to do is that he said that he wants to come back home. And
If he had a choice.
if
that's
he had
what
a choice,
said,
he'd want to come back home.
There's no place like home, honey.
But the situation is this: should he be brought up on charges?
Definitely.
And
Definitely.
should he stand up and be a man and say, I did this against my country?
Yes.
I mean, how many people are going to give him a pat on the back?
Nobody.
Well,
Or maybe
there are
one.
some.
I think he did
Yeah.
it the wrong way.
Yeah,
I do
he
think,
did.
But I also, whenever politics and government are involved, I always have to say in the back of my head, which is why I'm the least political person I know, because I never think I'm getting the real story.
Right.
I
No, we
never.
don't.
It's always
We don't.
skewed to where the way people want you to
Sure,
believe.
sure.
So what we were told by the government about this gentleman was probably skewed, rightly so.
Mm-hmm.
And what Snowden is saying
Well, I
is
think-
probably skewed.
Well, I think when it first came out, I think that the president said, "Oh, it's no big deal. He didn't have
Clearance or
access or
something.
clearance to have that." Now you're finding out, no, this kid was way up there.
Well, he says he was.
He says he was. Now he's also saying that he was a spy for the United States.
Yes, a trained
So-
spy.
Yes.
And so again, like I said earlier, I was watching Brian Williams trying to figure out what was his take on what Snowden was
Well,
saying.
I think with this kid, if this kid really, truly and honestly believed in what he had to say, for me, if you are entrusted with that information, then you should not let that information out. Period. That is wrong. You are given a security clearance to maintain certain situations
security of it.
and the
Yes.
security of our country and the certain situations that are in your knowledge, and it should not come out.
Yeah.
If you are disenchanted with the government, then either step down from your position, go through the clearance and go through everything that you have to do, and obviously he signed documents stating that he would not reveal any of this, and then down the road if he wanted to maybe like write a book and the innuendo is out there or whatever, that's a different story. But by God, if you're entrusted with
Yeah.
secrets of the United States and working for the president and our government, then you have a right to be loyal to the United States, even if you think it's wrong. Step down and say, I think this is wrong.
Not doing it anymore.
And did you do that? That I can't get into because I'm held by a certain standard that I cannot reveal things that were given to me in privilege.
Yeah.
Therefore, I will not reveal.
Yeah.
But
I would love to get the real story. That's
Beat the
all I keep
crap out of
thinking.
them.
I just don't think we've heard the real story on
I
either
just
side.
feel that if it was bad enough, the government would have taken care of him already.
Well, but if you're seeking asylum in another country, and let's face it, the CIA is not what the CIA used to be. So we're in a situation of that
But
nature.
why does he want to come back to this country?
Because he misses his parents.
When he has so many people
Enemies.
that are against him now.
That's the $1 million question. Last two.
Last two.
And the first one is
Okay, being alert.
number one.
Are you the type that is alert to your surroundings?
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're going to do another free-for-all. And
Yes,
I'll tell
we-
you about that when we
Right.
come back, because we're going to take a very short break.
Just Between Us, a spontaneous, intuitive live television show with topics that are intended to inspire, delight, educate, and encourage. To Just Between Us.
It's meaning. Welcome back. I'm Susie from Volcano.
Linda from Sutter Creek.
And I'm Martha from Ion and Jackson.
Okie dokie, Lynn. Being alert.
Okay, being alert. Are you the type that is alert to your surroundings?
I think in today's society you have
I like
to be.
to think I am.
Right.
All the time. I got eyes in the back of my head. As my kids would say, Mom, how did you find out?
Yeah.
You know, it's like,
Well, you know, you see a lot of women in the store. They got their purse on the cart. It's opened up and the whole big thing. And you go. I've gone up to women before and said, "Look,
Not safe.
you need to shut your purse because thank you. I wasn't thinking."
Yeah.
Or like at night, women going in the store and coming out by themselves in their cars, way at the end and stuff. I mean, today you have to be alert, even though we don't have the high crime like we do in the big cities.
you think.
Yeah, well, yeah, I know
You
we do.
think.
I know we do. But what I'm saying is that this is not. It's the best place to live in the whole world, but
yeah,
it's not the
but
safest.
it's
and we
still-
still have issues, and we still have
You
problems.
still have to be. I don't think that being safe in a little town, it's a lot if you don't know how to take care of yourself.
Right.
Have common sense. So where are you going at night by yourself? You're gonna go walk. Where it's really dark and
Yeah.
somebody can hurt you. Come on.
Yeah, I think what it boils down to, don't you think, is basically common sense.
Exactly.
And we get comfortable in our surroundings because we're so used to. I was raised in a very, very small town where you could go to bed at night and leave your doors open, your windows open, which everybody did. But then you get to a certain time where other people come in and there's crime.
I tell my kids, my grandkids, my family, everybody knows, you don't come to my house at night without
Letting me
announcing
know.
yourself.
Absolutely.
Because I kept my little
Friend.
toy gun.
My little friend.
My little friend is going to be staring at your face.
There you go.
No, you just have to be, extra careful, and I do. I tell everybody.
You have to. It's not being paranoid. It's being smart.
It's being, you have to protect yourself.
You see,
especially me, because I have a business.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And, you take classes for this and you take classes for that, and you educate yourself on, what's the best way to do things, how to protect yourself. Because even if somebody comes behind you, a gun's not going to help you.
No.
You just have to know how to be alert.
Well, like Linda, like if you go out at night, like if you're alone, you're much more alert than you are than if you're with a group of people or your husband or whatever.
Yeah.
Same thing with you. You are
Have
always
the keys in your
aware.
hand and
You're always
Yes.
aware of.
Keys, you carry keys in your hand? I carry something else.
No, I don't want to be entrusted with anything else.
We have to get you come around to our thinking.
But don't you think, too, that being alert to your surroundings isn't just a safety thing? I mean, to take it down a notch, safety is the most important.
Okay,
But just to be aware that, gosh, I haven't seen cars in my neighbor, in the driveway, or
Sure.
that car doesn't belong. I mean, that kind of thing, just to see things that are a little bit off and be aware. I haven't seen so-and-so outside,
Yes, talking about that, I just had one of my customers she was found at her home. She's 90 years old.
Oh, bless her heart.
And somebody found her because they had not seen her in a couple of days. Well, that's the consequences of living alone. You know, and not being, having people around. And if people don't check on you every day at that age, then, your chances are that that's what's
going to happen.
So, I always tell my customers because she used to drive. She used to come at night and
God
drive
bless her.
back home all the way to Pioneer. And I used to just offer to take her home and have somebody drive her car. She goes, "No, honey, I can still
She was
see
fine.
better than anybody."
Good for her.
And
God
I
bless
mean,
her.
she was very strong, and she just got really ill 2 weeks ago. She came to see me. And,
Well, you know what?
One of my
At least it
waitresses.
wasn't prolonged, and she was by herself for a long time. I
Right.
mean, if there's any blessing to passing on, maybe that's it.
But those are the things that we have to be aware. Go check on
Absolutely.
your neighbor.
Absolutely.
Good,
Well, look,
you
we
know.
had a fire up here in Pioneer yesterday. And I'm sure that if people weren't alert to the fact that it could have been much worse.
That's why I always tell people, get your Facebook. Even if you're older, get in there and learn to be communicating with people so that we know that you're going to be okay.
It's another way of,
Absolutely.
of checking in, kind of.
Yeah, exactly.
Sure. Yeah, sure. An email, anything.
But she was 90 years old.
God
She
bless
didn't
her.
want to. And you would call her and she would never answer her phone because she couldn't get up. Her phone, she's the old-fashioned. She didn't have a cell phone. She had a
Her
phone.
landline.
Yeah.
But when
Well, you know what? I guarantee you she probably just closed her eyes and said, I'm
I
ready,
pray
I'm
to
ready,
God
I'm
that
ready
that's
to
the
go.
way it happened.
We have to move on, and we're going to do our next free-for-all, which is cover-ups by the government. Of course, the VA is a big one, and then we've had the NSA, the IRS, Fast and Furious, we go on and on and on. But the cover-ups and stuff that are going on now, do you think that when information comes out, are you more disappointed or are you happy that it came out and that you can draw your own conclusions, or, we need everything, pros and cons and whatever. I mean, every administration has had a problem. Every administration has had things that they've covered up or whatever. But I just think that out of this administration, there's too many leaks, too many things are coming out, and you just wonder what the heck's going on here.
Does anybody ever get punished, in the government for doing things wrong?
No.
Well, I have seen a few that have taken down. But the punishment is they still get their retirement. They still get their...
All they have to do is serve. They get medical and dental and their retirement for the rest of their life.
They write a book and...
They write a book.
They're good to go. Yeah.
Go on the rubber chicken circuit with a few string beans, and there you are.
That's one of the only things that I really don't like about that part of the system in the government, that we don't take them down. I mean, punish people.
Well, I think that's the only way
If I
you
do
can.
something wrong, I get taken down. I get taken down.
But I think that the only way that you can take politicians down is don't vote for them next time they come up for re-election. What else can you do? A recall, impeachment, whatever. Been there, done that. Never works. So, I mean, what do you do?
But I think with this, all of us have been in an organization of some kind.
Sure.
I'm not saying government or anything else, just in an organization. And trying to get even 15 people to understand something in the same way is very, very, very difficult. People interpret things different. They have different agendas, whatever. So, therefore, I've been in situations where 3 will break off and let's just do it because we're never going to get this done if we're trying to wait for all 15 to be on board at the same time with the same thinking. I don't think cover-ups are correct.
But sometimes,
at all.
But sometimes they're necessary.
But sometimes we're never, it's, the government's just too big.
Yeah.
It's just too big.
It's not
And-
the word cover up. It's the word. It's none of your business at this time, because the
'Cause you
facts
don't really understand.
The facts could very well
Yeah.
be detrimental
You don't know
to
what
our
we know.
to our country's
Yeah.
security and welfare. So there are things that I agree but for some reason all of this thing coming out, this VA thing has got me just so
yeah.
angry, because these people gave a part of their
Yeah.
life for our country. My father died in a veterans hospital, and they treated him like a king. They were wonderful. So what the heck
What
has
happened?
been going on?
And why did it take so long? Why
I don't know.
Why wasn't it brought to the
Okay,
surface
what's the
sooner?
situation that you guys talking about the VA?
The VA. Okay, this one man went to the VA hospital. There's veterans, okay?
Mhm.
And he went there. He had a growth on his head. This is one situation.
Mhm.
And they said, well, we can't see you for at least, I think it was like 15 months, something like
Wow.
it was crazy, or 6 months or
Uh-huh.
whatever. And so he told his wife, I'm going to go to the doctor and pay for him out of my pocket. Come to find out, it was an aggressive tumor
Mhm.
that would have killed him if he would have waited. Now they're talking about they have these lists that if you're on this list, it's not that important, it's too far gone, they're going to die anyway.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, forget it. And some of them, they said that it was like 2 years before they could get
Now,
in.
was this countrywide, or was this mainly in one state?
No. Now they're finding out it's at least 23
Facilities.
hospitals and growing.
Okay.
And
Where at? Here in the United States all
Oh,
over, or
it's
just
United States.
California?
No, just in the United States
Oh.
alone. And I think it was I think the first one that really brought it to the forefront was in Arizona,
Yeah,
I
that was
believe.
my thinking too.
And, I mean, you're seeing people getting on the air every single day talking about how my husband, or my wife, or my son, I mean, there's kids out there waiting for prosthesis for 2 or 3 years at a time. No. If
Oh,
you
wow.
don't, if you can't take care of these people at a veterans hospital, then you ship them off to another hospital and you pay for that. That is your obligation, that these people gave time to serve their country. You owe that to them. And you need to take care of these people.
Well, we have to have respect for the people that protect our country. I know that wars are not good,
They're ugly.
but wars make money.
Absolutely.
And that's why they have wars.
Yep.
I mean, they say that, we are
The Vietnam
protecting
War
our
made
country,
millions
and
of money
you know,
for
so,
certain manufacturers.
I don't know a lot of the history because I became a naturalized American citizen, and I have tried to educate myself in many, many of the things compared to other people that I know. I have really worked hard educating myself, but there's so much history that is behind that I didn't go to school to learn.
And
you
we've
know,
forgotten.
And
because
It's
it wasn't,
been
it
a
wasn't
long time ago, you know?
But with
but I keep
this,
learning every day.
absolutely,
you know.
we all do.
I do
And
listen.
with this, I see nothing wrong with coming out and saying, we made a mistake, we need to bring this to the American people. I think the American people are a lot more forgiving and more understanding.
We need help.
If
We
you
blew it.
If you tell
Yeah.
the truth, we blew it, we made a mistake, that's
We're-
it. We're going to take a short break, come back and hit you up with our hot topic.
Just Between Us, a spontaneous, intuitive live television show with topics that are intended to inspire, delight, educate, and encourage. And now back to Just Between Us.
Well,
wow.
I'm back, and you are the nice mommy. Our hot topic. Ready?
And what is the hot topic?
We're talking about new technology and different situations that are coming down. We've always talked about cloning with Dolly the sheep and the whole thing, and now we've got the drones that may come and drop off, packages to your door. Now they're talking about a new thing, and I think this has been around before, but I'm not quite sure, on microchipping humans. And so that for children, if they're lost or kidnapped, heaven forbid, or if you're in an accident or whatever, if you have this microchip, like if you're traveling, they can get your information and contact either your loved ones or the hospital, or find out, all these different things about you.
Does
I don't know.
I don't.
You're making it sound like it's a good thing.
No, I'm not.
she's just giving-
I think it's a little too evasive. I think that if
Very.
there's a program out there and you want to be microchipped,
Well,
and do it on your
Let
own,
it be
fine.
a choice.
I think that's asking a little bit too much of
you know,
me
to require.
for my
For
government.
me, something that would be good for me, in my opinion, when my kids were young, you know, to wear a bracelet.
Sure.
That, you know, can be taken off when I wanted to.
Right.
Or something that one of my kids could wear that they couldn't take it off. And then if they, like in a shopping center, I lost my son one time and I just thought I was going to die.
Sure.
Yeah.
You know, and if I
This
had,
might be
for
a-
young kids, it's a different story for parents that go out camping and the kids go out and they get lost, you know. And
Well,
it's
there
like-
was just a thing on television. This little boy walked away from home in a diaper and a T-shirt, and a bus saw him in the middle of the road. This bus driver stopped, picked the kid up, put him in the bus, and called the police. Now, if this kid, and if the police had an opportunity, you know, if they scan him, well, what had happened was that his father was sleeping and the kid snuck out. Wonder if he would have got killed.
Yeah, exactly.
Or wonder if they had to, you know, to identify this child.
I think the idea of having it be something you choose to do is fine, if that's what you choose to do. But if
Right.
the
It's
powers
not
that
you
be
have
it's
to.
too
can
invasive.
scan it,
That you-
then
yeah.
anybody
It's too
could
invasive.
scan it. I
Yeah.
mean, we've been told don't put your child's name on their lunchbox, don't put it on their backpack, don't have it, because you don't want people knowing where they live and all of
One of
this.
the worst
So
things-
this- anybody could scan that.
One of the worst
Anybody.
things that parents do, look on their car. They've got the mommy, the daddy, the kids, and some of them got the name of the kids and the animals. Why would you do
Too
that?
much, yeah.
It's too much information. You know, I mean, yeah, you're proud of your family, whatever. Have a family portrait done and keep it in the house.
Yeah.
But to advertise that, I mean, you're asking a lot from American people to say, that's too invasive. You don't need to know everything about me and put it on a
You know,
microchip.
that the new generation is different, Susie. If you-
Everything's technology.
You know, the new generation, because I have younger grandkids on the 20s and
Right.
down to 5 years old, that, you know, I see how everybody thinks and how they work, their brain is going. You know, they are going towards more technology.
Yes.
And they don't see it invasive.
Right.
You
No,
know.
and you know what, and rightfully so.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
I do feel that doing something like that, I can see the benefits of doing something
Mm-hmm.
like that, but I also can see how evasive, and it's taken away a little bit of your privacy.
Taking away a lot of your
Because
privacy.
if they're saying, oh, well, it only could be scanned by, like, say, if a police officer has a scan, or a doctor, or a hospital,
I
That's
can
foolish.
find
baloney,
Yeah.
because it's going somewhere else.
Well, listen, today, if I needed to find somebody, all I have to do is get in the computer, and I can find them. You know, I can pay some money because you pay
Sure.
to get all this information. You know, all you have to do is Google somebody's name, bing, you got it. Yes. And we think that
It's
we
not
are
your
private.
children.
No.
You know, that's what I think. It's the more the innocent ones. You know, I fear for them.
Yeah. But I think that this
That the
generation,
information would be
I agree
used-
with Martha, I think this generation sees nothing wrong with certain things happening. And
A lot of them. You
Yeah.
know,
Is
a
it
lot of
because
the
they
people.
haven't suffered the consequences of it?
Because they're young and they haven't seen anything wrong happen.
Yeah.
it's
You
like a
know.
new toy. You see
Yes.
these new phones coming
Yeah.
out, these new TVs coming out, all this new technology. Oh, I got to have this. I got to have my kid microchipped.
You know,
I
I'm really
know.
surprised with the cell phones that nobody has gotten killed that I know. You know, because they walk like this. You know,
Oh, I'm sure
Oh,
that
they've had
all
people
day
fall
long.
down. They've had people walk in front
Yeah,
of cars and
but I
everything.
have never seen anybody get killed, and that's what. You,
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
really,
sure.
somebody
Yeah.
did.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure.
One ran out.
Because-
One was walking and ran into a car.
Wow. Yeah, well, this is what I'm saying, you know, we're not putting attention. We are not putting attention anymore because we're too much into this, you know.
It's not
Yeah.
enough people to people,
Yeah.
and that's
Yeah.
why.
I put a little sign on Facebook that said, I saw it on Facebook from somebody else that at the restaurant, we don't have Wi-Fi, I'm sorry, talk to each other.
I saw you put that on there. Yes, it was very good.
And I agree 100%. I think that's the best thing. We're going to take a short break, come back and wrap it up for you.
Just between us. A spontaneous, intuitive, live television show with topics that are intended to inspire, delight, educate, and encourage.
Okay, welcome back. It's 223-4877, or you can fax us at 223-4866, or you can call us at bookme@tspntv.com.
Where did
Book
the-
me? Email me. Sorry, not email me.
Where did this hour go?
I don't know, but I do want to say one thing. I want to say good morning to my other Martha Perez, if she's
Oh,
watching, and her
cool.
husband Ray. I will see them this afternoon.
How lucky
Our
are you?
grandchildren, our granddaughters are playing in the big game out at St. Mary's in Moraga.
Wonderful.
And they're going for the championship, so...
Good luck to them.
Yeah. And if not, it's no big deal, because they, you know what, they did great all year, and we're just proud
Already
of them.
champions.
I wish you would show us your tattoo.
My tattoo.
Your new tattoo.
My new tattoo. I have a new tattoo for my granddaughter. Her name
That's
is
cute.
Her name is Courtney Rose, and I promised her someday I would get a C with a rose in it, and I got it for her yesterday.
And we can't tell where it is.
Now, all of our grandchildren are going to see this and want us to get
Nana,
tattoos.
you got to do this. You got to do this. She doesn't know.
We did.
Nobody knows about it yet, so I
Oh, they know
They
now.
ended that.
they do now. So I'm gonna have to.
Marty, your grandma got a tattoo.
Yeah, she's gonna say Noni.
I would love that if my grandmother had done that.
Well, you know what, and I have a grandson, and I'm thinking, what am I going to do for him now? But I only have the two, and I have a grandpuppy, Petey, but no pet tattoos for Petey. But I thought, you know, what can I do? I'm old, but I'm not dead, baby. So
Yeah, that's right.
I'm
Rock
going-
on, girl.
I have too many grandkids.
Anyway, have
Oh,
a wonderful weekend, everybody. I
Besitos.
love being here. Besitos to my grandkids and my kids.
There you go.
Yeah.
And bachis.
And bachis.
And Linda,
yes.
how do you say kisses in your nationality?
Kisses.
There we go. Join us next week. We'll be here, and we'll be ready to rock and roll.
We
Have a safe
had
weekend.
a wonderful, wonderful
We did. Yeah.